Cork, here's my experience of you playing Miitopia.
Okay,
as I sit
lay it
next
on
to
me.
you, and about every 4 hours, I'll
Yes.
hear a like you kind of exhale, snort, laugh.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
Yeah.
Fill us in. What is going on? What's making you laugh?
Okay. So Miitopia, real quick, it's kind of like a utopia, but with me's. Some clever wordplay. So it's a Nintendo 3DS game that is based on me's, but unlike something like, say, Tamagotchi Life, this is a role-playing game. So you basically you make your character and the rest of your party using your own custom Mii's that you'd build yourself, or you can go to like the Mii Central and download things that other people have made. So I started off very ambitious. I'm like, I'm going to populate this amazing world that I'm going to explore with people I know. So I made me. I made my wife, and I made my kids. I made you. I made
your 5
Kyle.
favorite people.
These are all the people that are important in my life. And Kyle. And then I was like, oh, all my great ideas. And then the party gets split up. And then
Jeff Cork, almost on a daily basis, I see you lean back in your chair and say, oh, all my great ideas.
All my great ideas. I have so many great ideas. And then eventually I was like, I'm really tired of making me. So I just started downloading them from the Mii Central. So eventually my party consisted of like, hey, it's me, because you're always the main character or whatever character you choose, which will probably be you.
Explain that a little bit.
Me. And my was like Ness from Earthbound.
Yeah.
The Pringles guy. And the guy for the chips. And Soldier 76, I think, was my party one time. I had Pac-Man, John Cena.
Santa Claus, did you get him?
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What about a Duracell battery?
A Duracell battery. Yahoo!
The
So anyway,
Rock.
I've not finished playing this. I need to beat it. I have not written my review, obviously, because of that. This game's never ending. It keeps going on, and it's like,
What do you? I don't understand. So you have all these weirdos.
yeah,
and you
it's like
wander around
then
and
it's like
battle?
then it's like a turn-based RPG. Yeah.
Is there a story?
There is a story, but I think unlike a lot of RPGs, the story is not what is kind of propelling you along. I think it's more about the silliness that you kind of get with. It's like a Tamagotchi Life level of humor. So a lot of
these people interact, and
you see them interact, and relationships are a big part of it. So you have 4 people in your party at any time. You have me. I made myself in the game as the main character,
Cool.
and then the rest of your party. And then as you go through a little level, and then afterwards you stay in an inn, and then you can choose where everyone sleeps. And if you have people sleeping in the same room, their relationship grows a little bit because they're hanging out and having a fun time.
It's like cover story trips.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then depending on the relationship, as it grows, they'll do things like for instance, I might want to impress you in combat, so I'll go like, "Hey, get a load of this." So then I'll do more damage because I'm trying to show off for you. Or like, Ben is going to get attacked, and I'm friends with Ben. I'll say, "Hey, look out!" And then you'll be like, "Huh?" And then back up, and then the attack will miss, or things like that. And then also bad things will happen. Like my character right now is who's based on me, is a tank, but because Nintendo's having some fun with it, it's an actual army tank. So it looks like a me, but he's got like around his waist is the tank treads, and he's got a hat that's like the turret. But anyway, he does an attack where he will grab one of his teammates and do a human cannonball, which visibly upsets the person who's being shot at the target, and then that will, after a while, degrade their relationship. So like they'll start being an ass to the other guy and like interfere with them and everything. So it's kind of like it's a silly game where the relationships are, and just seeing what kind of weird crap is coming ahead is what drives you along. And mechanically, I think the fighting is very interesting. And also, you have a ton of fighting in it, right? But it also lets you do an automatic battles, so you can just sit there and watch them. And I've been doing that the vast majority of the time, to be honest, because I find it interesting just to see. I mean, you're going to end up doing the same stuff a lot of times anyway in a lot of these turn-based RPGs. Like, okay, I want to do the attack where I attack a bunch of guys, but then that way you just kind of sit back and enjoy the show.
And it makes you laugh.
This sounds really weird.
It's very weird.
So
I'm into it.
Do you guys level up, or is it all?
Yeah, guys level up. You have different costume elements that you buy, like weapons and armor that are all very silly. And
so it seems like with all the cool people you can import, like all the crazy created Mii's, like that'd be fun. But then you wouldn't want to switch them out halfway through, right?
Well,
like,
unfortunately,
to get Santa Claus.
The thing that it does, though, which I find kind of aggravating, is that several times in the game it'll be like the premise is that your Dark Lord, the Dark Lord, who in my case is Jojuba, has taken away all the faces of people and put them on enemies throughout the world. So as you're defeating enemies, there's like. What I think I showed you, there was one enemy who is aiming its posterior at the player, and gyrating it, and it is a turkey. It's called a twerky. But then it would have like eyeballs on its butt. And then what you're doing ostensibly is defeating the twerky, and then the eyeballs go back to the rightful owner.
And that's not something you created. That's
just part of the deal. Yeah, exactly.
The algorithm put a face on a turkey's butthole, and then it twerked into the camera.
Yeah,
that's Miitopia.
Wait. So is that something that was crafted by Nintendo, or is that something that the game sort of generated?
Oh, the game that's just an enemy type. Yeah, okay. A twerky, for instance. But anyway, the Dark Lord, who I highly recommend making a Jojuba.
Of course,
yes. He separates your party several times, and so you have to start, and you get some new job classes. There's a variety of job classes, and there's also personality types that you can have. So I mean, it's fairly deep.
What was
but
your
you have to start from scratch. My job, when I first started off, I believe I was a mage, and then I became an imp with a little pitchfork, and then now I'm a tank.
Little Randy Pitchfork.
Those are good choices.
Yeah, but it's fun because you can go like, hey, I want to make this person, and this person is kind of stubborn, so I'll have stubborn, and that means that sometimes they will attack twice in a row because they're not satisfied with the first attack, or they'll like fold their arms to protect themselves from an attack.
Yeah,
things like that.
Huh.
Ben, I just want to draw attention. Did you say Randy Pitchfork?
It's not important. It sounds like you're having a good time with this game.
Yeah, I'm having a fine time with it. It's very long, which, I mean, I thought I was turning the corner on it. I mean, I've been playing it for what seems like forever. Probably 15, 20 hours or more. And
At least it's not some sports game.
Right, exactly. But then it did that thing where it's like, oh, here's like a whole new system of like side quests now. You're like, okay, I guess.
Huh. What an odd release.
It's very weird. And I kind of like how Nintendo's landed on what it has for the Miis. Like, they are embracing the stupidity of it. And, yeah, it's very silly.
Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can subscribe to the audio version and listen to new episodes airing every Thursday. We cover big games on the horizon, games that we've just reviewed. We have long-form developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So check it out every Thursday.